guys? Welcome back.
I'm LD.
I am that guy Louis, also known as Percy. We gotta tag their social media. Make sure you guys follow us at our social media tags that are below.
They are. Oh, and don't forget, this is To Go
To go Mike.
Mics.
Yes.
So let's just kind of jump into the show a little bit. Um, we're filming this one day before my birthday.
Yes, somebody has a birthday coming up.
I know, so this will be a good gift to myself. One of the things that I wanted to do for the year was to kind of finish what I started. So I had this idea for a while, and the fact that it's kind of coming to fruition, and this episode will probably come out a little bit after my birthday. My birthday of February, best day ever. Makes me feel good. So
Yeah.
hopefully this is going to be a really good episode. We had a great weekend. We went to
Yes.
New Orleans. We went to Mardi Gras. Now we almost got smushed to death.
Why you say
Almost,
that, bro?
almost got ran over. Um, that
I was oblivious to this.
You was oblivious to being stuck in the crowd.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because Bourbon Street was ridiculous. Like trying to maneuver through the crowd, it was absurd. Like, yeah, don't recommend.
Like it was like 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. All I was thinking is like we are one, and I hate to say this, but we are one fight, one fake gunshot away from being smushed to death.
And they were out there popping like the little
confetti. Yeah. Every time they pop, took me back to my childhood. I was like, do I need to leave the ground or not? Right. So that versus being stuck, that in addition to being stuck in a crowd that was like not moving, not wavering,
of drunk
people,
adults,
individuals, trying to pull my friends through, it could be traumatic for some. But all in all, we just had a great weekend. We spent it on the Mississippi Coast. We drove down to New Orleans. The parade was magnificent.
Fantastic. Out there fighting old people for beads and stuff.
Yeah, that one lady needed an elbow because she was grabbing at everything.
Yeah. Shout out to Joy though. Our friend Joy, like
Shout out to Joy down there.
She was on the job.
Shout out to me as well. I moved that gate back. I was like, let me get out there.
Run out there getting all the things.
Run out there. And it was hard for me. I'm very tall, so get all these parts moving takes a lot of energy.
Look, and we got I got a bag full of bees over there as we speak. Like we had a great day.
I'm going to attach a picture. I put bees on my dog today, so you'll see that picture.
Yeah, and our picture from the story. Yeah.
We'll share a lot of the video, so we'll probably insert it, and you'll get a chance to see those. But enough about New Orleans. Let's get into the political run. For those who are new to the show, new to the concept, we spend about 10 minutes talking about what's hot, heavy in our minds on politics. So today, with us being Mississippi natives,
we are Jackson, Mississippi.
The great Jackson, Mississippi. I'm sure you've heard about it. I want to talk about why you may have heard about it. But let's talk about a bill, HB 1020. So last week, the House of Representatives in the state of Mississippi passed a bill called HB 1020. They voted. It creates an unelected, state-appointed court system within the majority black city of Jackson. For those of you all who don't know, Jackson is about 80% black, one of the top cities in the country with a high black population. And this is according to the U.S. Census data. So a representative from the city of Senatobia, which is actually closer to us here in Memphis than it is to the city of Jackson, decided to introduce this legislation that basically allows the state to create their own court system, to appoint judges, and to appoint prosecutors, which legitimately takes away the effectiveness of the right to vote.
Right.
If
Yes.
this passes the Senate on next week, the citizens of Jackson will not be able to officially like elect their judges and their prosecutors in the city because the state government has created their own system within the system.
And you guys, this is very much so unconstitutional, by the way. They are pulling these tricks and gimmicks to do things that benefit them and does not benefit the actual city of Jackson and people that look like us.
It
This does not work in
definitely
your favor.
does not, but this is nothing new. A lot of news outlets are calling this a Jim Crow era type of
That's what it
law.
gives, yeah.
It definitely gives that, but what happens is you start the community of resources, which it's been apparent to the citizens for a long time, but also
Years now.
to the world. Earlier, late last year, we were on the news again for another water crisis because the system, hundreds, tens of hundreds of so and costs about an estimated $1 billion to fix, but the state has again refused to give resources. But like I was saying, they started a community of
And that's done
resources.
intentional.
They blame black leadership, which is where we are now. The notion behind the bill is supposed to be, well, this representative wants the citizens of his district to feel safe in Jackson, even though his district is 3 hours, almost 3 hours away from the city of Jackson. And then you introduce legislation such as this to take over.
It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. He has no right to even give anything as it relates to Jackson. Like you said, like you're hours and hours away. Like why are you trying to create this bill?
All the elected officials, or all the elected judges and prosecutors in Hinds County, which is the county that Jackson sits in, have all sent letters. They've all signed the same kind of letter. They do not agree with the state's overreach into what the judicial system is. Yes, there may be a backlog in cases. Yes, Jackson may have a higher crime rates than what we would like, but this bill does not address the disease. Maybe just a symptom, and it definitely does it in the wrong way.
Absolutely. Oh, that was beautifully put too. Very beautifully put.
Well, thank you. I may run for mayor one day.
As you should.
Yeah, no, not
Start with mayor, then we'll get you to governor, and then we'll get you into the White House.
I pass. My disdain for tater tot
Ooh,
is
tater tot is Tate Reeves, by the way.
ooh, that's not
This category is out.
that's not okay. By the way, has Brett Favre paid this money back yet?
Of course he has not.
Of course he has
Of course
not.
not.
Of course not. But he is suing a lot of people for defamation of character for accusing him of stealing money
That he actually stole.
that he actually stole.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Outrageous.
It is absolutely outrageous, but it's just another day in
America.
Black person in America, supposed to be a black person in the state of Mississippi. That's all that we have for you today in the political rundown. If you're a citizen of Mississippi, continue to follow the story, continue to participate in your local elections.
Absolutely.
I have no doubt in my mind that once this bill becomes law, they will immediately be challenged for being uncomfortable. So we're gonna keep our heads up. We're gonna keep moving, living our black ass lives.
Yes, black ass lives.
Every day.
Love it, love it. Yeah, so we'll keep you posted on those things. But now let's get into the word on the curve because we've been keeping our ears to the streets as we always do. And so this week, hot topic has been none other than Chris Brown. He's been all over our timelines for all of his shenanigans.
What are the Chris Brown's fans? What are they called?
Do they have a name?
I'm sure they have a name. Don't come for us.
Yeah, don't come for us. We're only just gonna state the facts, and then we're just gonna give our opinions. You can like it, you can take it. We don't care, honestly. I don't care. I don't care. Come from me. So there's been a lot of controversy over his newly featured song with Chloe Bailey. Shout out to her because I love Chloe Bailey.
I
Yeah,
absolutely
adore her.
adore.
Yes, very talented. And
Hey,
so,
Chloe.
hey, Chloe.
And Hallie. Hey, girl.
Right.
I love them. It's just, I tell you, it's just, oh.
That girl magic.
That girl magic.
And y'all need to stop coming for her. Just completely. I feel like she gets dragged a lot leading up to this album with a lot of the decisions that she's making. I see a lot of people in her comments playing on her top. We're gonna get into that, but just know, stop playing with Chloe, baby. She's that girl.
Exactly. That's what makes her so magical is the fact that she's making all these decisions on her own.
Yes.
When historically a lot of artists did not have this much creative freedom over their own work. So in my mind, I feel like I am getting her authentically.
Yes,
I love it. And the music is good.
Right.
Sis could sing, sis could dance. Sis
Oh.
can act.
She makes her own beats.
She's making
with
her
some
own
of the
beats.
beats.
She's producing.
Right, like stop playing with her top. So anyway, they have this song called "How Does It Feel." It hasn't dropped yet, but I'm actually interested to hear how the song sounds. I'm pretty sure they created a bop together because no shade to Chris Brown, he does make good music, in my opinion. So social media is not here for the collaboration at all because of the things that Chris Brown has done in his past in relations to domestic violence upon Rihanna, honestly. And so Keela Williams also joins the chat.
She didn't join nobody chat.
She should have minded her business.
The way she treated we ain't gonna get into it.
We actually are gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about that KFC chicken that you were throwing around in people's faces. But for some reason, she was on her high horse that day, and she decided that she had a leg to stand on in the conversation about Chris Brown. So she goes to her social media saying this: "Let him come out with his own record, so genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't." So what he does, he slowly creeps back into the mainstream by getting small nods for features on black women's merit. Black women who are more talented, more worthy, but give him the okay. I am swatting the fucking air right now, garbage, and then she does these three throw up emojis.
Mm-hmm.
So, girl, first of all, the issue that I had with Keely even coming on this because previously, uh, within this month, she has also in her same breath went and tweeted saying that she wanted to pretty much binge watch some Blueface and Krishan Rock material.
Oh, please, we gotta stop promoting that.
Stop promoting that, but you can promote that and you support that domestic violence and that toxicity. And then you go onto your platform and then you condemn Chris Brown for something that he did in the past that he hasn't repeated the behavior to our knowledge. So what's the double standard there? So girl, stop playing in our face. And then like you said, friend, with that Popeyes chicken, oh it's KFC. The KFC that you threw in our good sis Notori face because what y'all trying to kick out the group or whatever the case was.
Absolutely. And then I think it takes. I'm not sure I understand her reasoning, but it's not Chris Brown's decision to put himself on these songs.
Right.
It's a discussion and a collaboration from artist to artist. I know Rihanna has publicly, spoken about how she's forgiven, she's moved on, she's got a baby.
Yeah.
It's been quite a few years. Not to say that he has been like unproblematic.
Yeah.
Because he has been quite problematic. But I just kind of maybe in this area surrounding domestic abuse, I'm always going to support an unproblematic queen, which is
Chloe Bailey. Right, exactly. And then I also feel like it's selective outrage too because Chris Brown has collaborated with other females, and that's why I feel like it's meticulous when it comes to Chloe. Like some girls just want to find a reason to kind of like drag her or to ruin or dim her moment.
She's trying to find a reason come to the top of anybody's mind.
Yeah, but are you talking about Keely?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, because girl, nobody was talking about you. We ain't thought about you since Cheetah Girls. To be honest, in my life thing. But like I said, I feel like it's.
She was on that one show that I watched.
Oh, we did watch it. I wasn't watching for her though.
Shout out to Carlos King. We were not watching for her.
That was a good show.
It was good.
With
what was it?
Cherish and
yes.
They still got that one song I still bop to this day.
Same. I'm still listening to the one song.
Oh, that's no shade.
No, they released like an EP, right? It was like 3 or 4 songs. Maybe I know 2. I maybe like 2 of the songs, but it's still on our playlist.
Yeah.
Like I said, shout out to Carlos King. I cannot think of the show, but it came on BT, and it is on BT Plus. Matter of fact, you find it here. It's here right now.
Right. So, and shout out to Cheers. They're very talented girls too. So
they are. Below me.
Oh yeah,
you know,
a little drama. But anyway, and then so also with Chris Brown, he also got called out about being a colorist. Now we've heard
this. I've heard.
Past.
We've heard this before.
Yeah, we've heard this before. This is not the first time, and this where we got to kind of pull your coattail. Now this is alleged, of course, that Chris Brown was in the UK and he was only allowing snow bunnies and red bones into his VIP.
Not red bones.
Mm-hmm. Snow bunnies and red bones.
They like.
That's a red bone.
Yeah, I know it is. I know exactly what it is.
Oh, I'm tripping out. But so, how do you feel about that, friend? And mind you, these girls have also come back out and said that they weren't specifically coming at Chris Brown. But if you watch the clip, these UK chocolate queens were definitely coming at Chris Brown and saying that his promoter, the club promoters, weren't allowing them in because of their skin color.
I feel like we've heard this before about other Chris Brown parties, about other Chris Brown being at other clubs, even in the US. Mm-hmm. And what I have to say to Chris, even if it is not you need to check your team.
Absolutely.
You need to check the club promoter that you would not be associated with this type of behavior. You have to make that clear. I saw that. Now, this story I did follow. I don't follow a lot, y'all, but I followed this. I saw that Tank came out and said that was false, not true because he was there. But like I said, with Chris,
some people came out and said it was false too. Yeah.
But with Chris, I don't know that it was him, but it could definitely be that it was people around, people at the door, people whoever the gatekeepers are, and we've got to nip this.
Right. You're the big
because
man.
Honestly, it could be unconscious bias, still very very much wrong, and you should always check what your unconscious biases are. But even if the words don't come out of your mouth, seeing is gold. It's what we see. Mm-hmm. If I'm not allowed in, yeah, you can say that there's not a policy that you implemented. This is not what your what the goal was for getting young ladies to come and party within your section. But if this is what I'm seeing, then this is what it is. Off face value. Yeah, it might not have been you, but if I'm looking, and out of 30 people, I only see 2 people who look like me, then the reality is, regardless if it's conscious or unconscious, it needs to someone somewhere needs to check for this behavior.
Absolutely. And that's like working for. This could be a big corporation too, like because Chris Brown, you are the name, you are. Right. The responsibility is going to fall on you.
The responsibility falls on you.
The liability is going to fall on you. All of that. So
you are the face of what is Chris Brown LLC, Chris Brown Enterprise. I don't know what you call what your business is. You are the face of that. And whatever your team is doing, whatever the club promoter is doing at the club that you are at, you know that it's going to follow you. It's going to follow you. And then I know, we're going to look at his dating track record.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
which makes it more believable that these things have occurred, and we've heard about it time and time again.
But we can't just go off of that.
We cannot go off of that, but I feel like at some point, as a black man, you have to say something. But I know he's big enough that he feel like he does not need to. But
he said something about the whole beating thing. I mean, the domestic violence thing.
He
So
does.
like,
So
it should be important enough to you to say this, especially it's impacting your fans. You have fans of all different type of shades.
ooh,
So
that's a good point. It's impacting your fans.
right, yeah.
So you should definitely. You don't have to be much. I kind of feel like I've heard about it once. I'm hearing about it twice.
Mm.
If I hear about it 3 times,
3 strikes, yo, ass is out.
if it walks like a duck,
Quack like a duck. What is it, friend?
it's a duck.
It's a
duck.
it's a duck.
I'm trying to
It's a
stop.
goose,
I'm trying to
y'all.
stop cursing. It's a duck.
Oh, it's a damn duck,
I'm trying to stop cursing, y'all.
yeah,
Especially
I need to. Yeah.
I'm trying to let that go, but it's a duck.
Strongholds. We working on it. Guys still working on it.
I'm probably giving the benefit of the doubt in places that I should not be giving the benefit of the doubt to. But don't prove us wrong.
And there you have. That's all I have on this Chris Brown situation. I don't want to go too in depth because he was dragging the girls in his story too. Because he started bringing a whole bunch of heap of other artists. Well, let's talk about it just slightly, ever so slightly, because he was bringing in he made a nod towards he brought up Blueface and Krishan and saying how these artists are being praised and they're doing domestic violence and stuff like that. And then he brought up other artists.
He has a point with.
Yeah, like Charlie Sheen and who else did he bring up? He brought up a whole. There's a heap of white people, Caucasians. That's a better term.
And I can probably agree with him a little bit on that. But I think the thing is, our community is so tight knit. Just being a black person, we have to be our own gatekeepers. So yes, the standard there may be more leeway for some of them, but that does not mean that you should still be committing these types of acts or atrocities. We ourselves have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Not for anybody else, but just simply for us. We don't care about.
I agree, but I think all in all, I think to his point, like they need let it go. Rihanna's moved on from it. I think we all should move on from it. Like we said, it's about 15 plus years ago. We haven't seen the repeated behavior in that instance for domestic violence. So let it go. People can grow and become better.
They can.
Let's stop holding them in shackles.
People the opportunity to grow, but baby, just please prove us right.
Yeah.
Don't prove us wrong.
In other news, in other curb news, we also heard about Miss Shakira. Have you heard about Shakira?
Let me tell you something. I had to send this to the group. I do my 2:30 a.m. strolling. I am a night owl. When I tell you I do not go to sleep at night, I don't know how I'm existing right now. I just happened to be scrolling and I saw this house on the back of a flatbed. I was like,
up, Chad. Picked up.
If it ain't tricking, if you got it. If flexing is king, there's a big flex. She divorced her husband. Don't know the details about. Oh, I think I do know the details about.
Oh, okay. Well, you have the spiel.
Now, y'all can put it in the comments if I'm wrong, but the story as I remember it or heard it on another radio show that I liked was that she went on tour.
Mm-hmm.
She has a particular type of jam that she likes. She keeps it in her fridge. I don't know if it was apple, strawberry, grape, whatever. Jam. She keeps it in her refrigerator. She likes this jam or this jelly. The caveat is no one else in her house likes it, but her.
Oh,
so she comes home from tour. She goes to get her jam or her jelly, and someone's been eating it, which leads her to do this whole investigation to who's been in her jam and jelly because little bitty hilarious. Tina and Tommy or whatever her children's name are, they don't eat it. And her husband also does not eat it. And upon further research, the mistress was eating it right out of her refrigerator.
So it all came down to the jam. She got jammed. They got jammed up because of some jam.
Jammed up because of some jam. So
what does Shakira do? She picks her
she
motherfucking
picks
house
up her
up
house, kicks him out the front door,
and moves the
and
house.
moves on.
So when he comes home, he's coming home to grass, dirt. What fair to say? Oh, grass and sticks.
Yeah.
Where is Phaedra? Okay, that's
another topic, but shout out to Shakira.
Shout out Shakira for that. Shakira, she did that.
I know she's in some tax trouble, but she had no money to pick that house up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Next little TV.
Step up off that curve.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into that. Shout out to Shakira.
Yeah, shout out to you, Shakira.
Hips don't lie, I love you.
They do not. Next thing we have on the docket, shout out to T.S. Madison. Busta Rhymes, Shad, did you see him throw that drink in the lady's face?
I absolutely did.
How do we feel about that? Because for you, those of you who don't know, Busta Rhymes was minding his business, walking, wherever they were, and a fan, I'm assuming, decided that it was a good idea for her to, cuff his cheeks and get a good grip on his clappers. And so he turns around with whatever drink, I'll say some vodka or some Hennessy, whatever it was. He turns around and he throws the drink with a lot of velocity.
She got hit with a Jack and Coke.
She was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting that, but she got embarrassed, and I feel like, honestly, you deserved it.
Justified.
Yes, you deserved it. You shouldn't have been touching that man.
I watched it. I mean, when I heard about it, I was like, I need to see. Watch the video. He didn't care who it was. He didn't even look at her. He didn't look at her through the drink. He just reflected through the drink. I think she came up with a statement saying that she wasn't trying to grab it at all. It was intentional. You went right through his entourage
and gripped the clappers.
And you thought you was cute enough where he would not care. Nobody grabbing nobody's clappers. I know people want to make it, oh, it was a man, you can't do it to me. You can't do it to a woman either. Don't grab anybody's ass.
Oh, y'all would have been in an outrage if the roles were reversed.
If it was a guy. She got the reflex. And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm walking anywhere and somebody grabs my ass, I'm immediately gonna jump on the right. It was the fact that he just happened to have that cup there.
It was convenient.
It was convenient.
Right on time.
It was convenient.
She might be lucky that he did have a cup, because if he had nothing in his hand, he probably would slap her ass.
And honestly, I don't care who is out there, toxic men, feminine, woman. It's sexual assault.
It is. Absolutely. So, you got what you deserve. Stop touching people. Stop playing in these artists' faces.
Punishable in the court system. It's on camera. Absolutely. You intentionally reached out there to grab that man's butt cheeks.
So speaking of cheeks, our next topic on the Word to the Curve.
Now, where is this going?
We have Summer Walker. She got her some new cheeks. Did you see, Frank?
Ooh, I did not.
Yes, this got her some dimples, y'all. She just went and had surgery.
I'm interested. You know what? You continue. I'm going to go.
I mean, well, that's all I have. I just wanted to mention that.
I've got to see these.
Go ahead and look it up and see for yourself. But she got a dimple on her, I believe, on the left side of her face now, because for whatever reason she decided that she wanted a dimple. Me personally, I do want to say this.
So did Summer Walker come out and say that she did something to her cheeks, or are we just like, is it me like assuming that she did?
Chad, this is from the streets, so take it how you want to take it. But you can definitely visibly see that she has a dimple now. So the only way you could get this if you would have had surgery. I don't know, unless she done fell off a damn bike or something, we don't know about it. She definitely has a dimple now.
Summer Walker has been in the conversation for a lot.
Yes, but I just want the girls to know there's nothing wrong with having surgery. But sometimes I just feel like we're doing a little bit too much now, y'all. Like, let's kind of like pull back, like see the beauty in yourself. I just want to say, because you're never gonna be satisfied. Because right now it's a dimple. Then next week, what y'all gonna be doing? Eyebrows and like, let's calm down. Like, y'all are already beautiful. Let's take it back to the '90s. And I mean, it's easy for me to say. I don't want to come off like I'm shaming the women that get their bodies done and things like that, because you're entitled to do whatever you want. But I just want you to know that Y'all look beautiful just the way you are. It's not necessary. And until you fix how you feel about yourself inside, whatever you do to the outside it's not gonna matter. And this comes from somebody who's had conversations with people who have changed their body and altered their body, and they still have that feeling inside that they aren't complete because you have to fix that inside.
That's right, friend.
Therapy.
You better give the people a word, friend. Like you better give the
Mhm.
people a word. Let me tell you something. If the abs procedure looked a little better than it did,
You were trying to get you some ads.
let me get an 8-pack.
Not an 8 bag. You just
Let me
gonna
get
go for that.
I'm gonna go for the 4th exam. Shout out to
Little
Summer
chins.
Walker.
Mhm.
But let's not make this a trend. Everybody,
Please, y'all.
let's not look into getting our cheeks done. We've got beautiful cheeks.
Y'all already doing the butt cheeks. Leave the face cheeks alone.
Ooh, he on y'all top today. he is. He's.
I'm just being honest with the people. I just want to be honest. Y'all are perfectly fine the way that y'all are. Some of y'all got flat asses and that is fine. Okay. Aaliyah had a flat ass and she
Ooh, don't you go there.
Aaliyah had a flat
Don't you do it.
and
I
stand
I
Aaliyah.
draw the line. I draw the line. We're not gonna bring nobody else's flat ass. My 4th grade
Because
teacher
I got
had
another
a
flat
flat.
ass I want
My
to bring
4th
up.
grade teacher had a flat ass. I ain't gonna say no names.
What's her name, Brandon?
No.
What school?
Nope.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. But Summer Walker, we love you. We love the music. Keep putting out great hits and leave it at that.
Leave it at
You're
that. And we don't even know your personal business. I just see a lot of other little stuff in the search that pop up.
Anything you want to say?
No.
Next show.
Next. I'm gonna step off the curb on that one.
All right, well, let's both get off the curb because we got enough heat. So we'll leave it at that.
Oh well, what else? What else? What's left on your list of things to talk
From the curb,
about?
from the streets.
What else?
I'm done with the streets, yeah.
Before we go, I know it's been a while since you and I have sat and like gathered our collective thoughts, but I just want to give a shout out to Rihanna.
Oh, yes. I forget. Because,
Yeah, Super Bowl.
yeah, the Super Bowl.
I feel like we can't even do this and not mention it.
Absolutely. Phenomenal performance from Rihanna. First of all, hand claps because we ain't got our hand clap machine. Round of applause to the Queen Rihanna because she did a fabulous job. The aesthetic of her set was amazing.
Beautiful.
The choreography was out of this world.
Breathtaking.
Yes, and song selection was perfect.
I would probably put her in like top 3 Super Bowl performances.
How many times have you replayed it already?
Well, probably like 4 or 5 times.
Ooh, okay.
Once I found it, it's on Apple Music. I was on YouTube searching for days, but the complete thing's on Apple Music. So once I found it, I watch it. I love she had so many hits.
Yes.
And there's so many hits I wanted her to sing, and then some that she did, and I was like, yes, let me go back and re-listen to everything. But honestly, I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner. I'm visual. So just her set was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
And she had a little surprise guest.
She said she was having a surprise. The thing is, she said she was having a surprise guest. Now, did we know who the guest was going to be? I'm sure
Absolutely
America
not.
and the world, all at the same time, got on Google and said, "Is Rihanna pregnant?" And you know what? That's what made her setup so much better. I think she broke the mold for what it means to be a woman and what it means to be pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Because historically, society has looked at pregnancy as they've looked at it as a crutch. You know, like you are less than a person at this particular moment in your life. You're too weak to do anything. And sis was floating.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. Sis was floating in the middle of a football stadium. And I know the internet was like, all they got her attached to was one chain. Yes.
And I was nervous for sis the whole time too. Like my anxiety was up.
Sis was floating. If this does not show you that women are magical creatures that can do anything. and everything. I don't know what to tell you. You got problems with yourself.
Yeah.
This was floating. I think it was amazing to see her perform at that caliber, at that level. And it's Rihanna. We watch a lot of performers. We see a lot of artists and entertainers. And the list, I know people put themselves on the list for what is iconic, but the list of
Not put
truly being
themselves.
an iconic artist, entertainer, performer, however you wanna name it. Rihanna is on everyone.
Oh, absolutely. And you can't deny it.
And you can't deny it.
Yeah.
So, and she doesn't perform anymore. She has found her lane. She shows you with the Fenty,
Fenty Beauty.
Fenty Beauty, Fenty Skin.
I still want another album, man.
Savage. Oh no, y'all can get that up. And honestly, I wouldn't even be mad. Like I kind of feel like her albums continue to get better, especially with the combination of Anti, which was amazing, a bop from start to finish.
Yeah.
And she said it herself, like that was the best album she's ever done, and she did it her way. So if that's what we're left with, I wouldn't even be upset.
And if we was left with this performance, can't be upset at that
Cannot.
either. It's
It
like
was.
she went out with a bang.
She went out with a bang. It was absolutely flawless, executed flawlessly. It was Rihanna. I know people wanted more pyro, more lights, more everything, but this is what I know Rihanna to be as a performer.
All you girls that had anything negative to say, y'all can hang it up, hang yourself.
The fact that she started with
bitch better have my money.
I was like, immediately in my mind was like, this is Rihanna. She's gonna tell you what she wants you to hear, and you're gonna hear it how she wants you to hear it, and she's gonna say what she want to say, and there's nothing that you can do about it. She's been unapologetically herself for so long. I loved it. Love the outfits.
Yes.
I want the jacket. I want it all. I love the snowman she had up there with her. I was like, I can see myself
No. You
out there in the snowsuit. I needed one for New Orleans. It was quite chilly out there.
It really was. That would have came right on time too.
Would have been right on time. But I appreciated it. I appreciate her. Rihanna can do whatever she wants. She's a billionaire.
Absolutely.
She's a billionaire. At this point, you get what she gives you and you be quiet.
You peasants. I'm still gonna be extra for the album, but
stop it.
Just keep on.
I want to have a conversation with Rihanna.
Yeah, peasants.
Rihanna, come sit on this blue couch.
Oh,
I
yes, girl.
promise you, I will not ask you about an album.
Girl, I'm gonna ask you about that album.
You're not.
And you just slap me.
First of all,
just say you peasant. Just slap me. I would love it.
Rihanna, you can hit me up personally. He'll see this when everybody else sees it.
If Rihanna slap me, I have nothing else to do with my life. Like, complete.
I'm gonna push him to the side. Because see, now you get
slap
too
me,
sexual.
Ray.
Now you get too because you want Rihanna to slap you and it's gonna do something to you. We're not gonna do that.
You can slap me, Ray.
No.
Slap the day out of my ass. There's gonna be a lot of slapping.
She'll slap you, I'm sure.
Please do. I would like that.
I love to hang out with her.
She seems so cool and relaxed.
She do, but sis.
And sis don't play no games, I can tell.
I heard it's quite. It could be. I'm not gonna say dramatic, but it's a lot to like bear a child. But to do it like back to back.
Girl said she finna get these kids out the way, child. At least they get to grow up with each other. And
more power to y'all. You and your hubby ASAP. Yeah, and having siblings, I love it. It's a good thing. Having siblings, you're right.
Yeah,
but she's gonna be she could do no wrong. I'm pretty sure she's an intergalactic superstar.
Absolutely.
I know the aliens are probably like flying her out to do shows.
Of course. And this private, you think they got an album up there? They probably got all type of performances that we didn't get.
Heck no. They up there looking for an album. They out there.
They peasants too.
looking for the album as well. Rihanna said ain't nobody in the universe getting the album. And she from Earth, so I would hope that Earth would get the album first. We need it.
I don't know, they probably got a different coin up there, so.
I'm sure they got a different coin.
Well, she's a billionaire. It wouldn't even matter.
She's a billionaire here. That she could bring the coin here. Like, hey, I got a Mars dollar. I said, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with this? Even though I know these folks are going off world, but you know what? I'm not gonna go here with you.
My
This
niece
is
them
not a
lost dollars.
conspiracy theory video, but I was like, some of these stars are just so big. I know the aliens are popping up. I'm like, hey sis, come to Andromeda.
Alien superstar.
She another one.
Beyonce done told us.
She another one.
She an alien superstar.
Beyonce has literally said she's an alien superstar. Y'all think the Illuminati is about gods and demons? I feel like the Illuminati might be the people who are going to other planets.
They on Pluto somewhere.
They on Pluto. They on the back of the moon right now, having a party. We ain't rich enough to know. But anywho, listen, my mind went from the curb down to the drain, and I'm back on the street level.
Not the drain.
I'm back up,
deep in the gutter.
I'm deep in the gutter, but I'm back. I'm off the side. I'm on the sidewalk now, y'all. I am off the sidewalk. So I guess let's transition. This part of the show is in our bag. We talk about some, I guess, one particular subject, one particular topic, transitioning from, well, really kind of the same field. I kind of thought, we saw Rihanna's Vogue cover. There was a video or they came out. Shout out to Kev on stage. I'm sure other people have, posted about this post, but his post in particular is the one that I saw. To where I'm going to assume that it was a heterosexual black man who felt that Rihanna's Vogue cover with her beautiful baby and A$AP Rocky back was an attack on the black man.
Sometimes I just feel like people don't have anything to do with their time, and they just make up things.
People definitely need
like get off social media and actually go read a book, because some of the stuff that y'all come up with, like I just wonder.
But it was deeper. I feel like for this person, it was deeper. It was deeper than they felt like the system itself. So the entity that is Vogue, the people behind the curtains, put out this particular picture, this particular cover to further emasculate the black man.
So have you seen the picture of the guy? I can't remember his name, but the guy that's in Creed.
Jonathan Majors.
Yes, him. They were
amazing
photo.
Amazing
Loved
photos. Loved it.
But
what was the publication? Ebony?
Was that Ebony? I can't recall.
Shout out to the publication.
What career?
It was definitely black. Definitely. I think it was definitely.
I think it is Ebony.
And they have been putting out some great covers with our black babes. Perfect lighting, showing us in all of our beauty. So shout out to Ebony.
But then people were dragging him.
And that's the thing. People are so selective. Look at Prince.
Oh, child.
Look at Prince. But your hyper masculine
with his platforms and all
cousin or uncle would give Prince all the credit. Prince would take your auntie from me. He could do all of these things. But why not me? Why not us? Why not
it was a great.
But Prince is not the only artist. A lot of old girls kind of had the same swag as that, played around with what you may consider to be feminine elements of style.
Well, Michael Jackson looked like a white woman. So. The white bob and everything. But.
Wow. Percy has just went off world, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to end it here.
These are the facts.
Percy has lost his mind.
We're brought Prince up, and it's true about the way that Prince dressed, how Prince wear his hair, because he always had a nice look cut, and he gave mother, and so did Michael Jackson.
There's nothing emasculating
Everyone.
about the picture, you guys. Let me just be frank. Vogue is traditionally and historically been a magazine catered toward women. It's just what it is. So therefore, the star of this shoot was Rihanna. Rihanna's going to be in
Front
the
and center.
forefront, front and center. She's there. Has nothing to do with emasculating ASAP Rocky. He had the opportunity of a lifetime to, for one, impregnate Rihanna. I don't know how you can get more masculine than impregnating somebody. Two, be in a relationship with an actual billionaire, self-made, and still be so sure of himself as well. So, and to be with somebody who we obviously see how much that he loves her, that they love each other. But I think that's like the beauty of the relationship is once you get out of those roles, and I want to say, and we can probably get into this deeper on a later show, but a lot of our ideas of masculinity and femininity is tied to a dollar. It's tied to money, finances. They are in a situation where they don't ever have to worry about a dollar.
Right.
They can go their whole lives 100 times over and never worry about money, never check a receipt, never check the bank, never check a thing, and be fine.
I feel so
So
poor
therefore,
right
we're very much poor. Support.
Please
But
support.
therefore, of course, we all have these, these ideas of what the role should be. But I think that it's just a little bit less important. And then for them, the picture, I'm sure the picture was never even about this.
Absolutely not.
And I think that's kind of what it boils down to. It was never about this. They looked like they were on a beach walking, taking pictures. This just happened to be the picture chose. A beautiful picture. And I'm sure ASAP Rocky could still beat your ass.
Oh, well, or pay somebody to do it. He wouldn't dare waste his time, effort, or energy.
And Jonathan made it like he would just knock the teeth out if he came to him like that.
Don't even try it. Don't run up on him. Please.
And pink is an everybody
He
color.
looks horrible.
Goddamn it. Pink is an everybody color. I like pink.
Yes.
But I'm good. Does that count? I mean, okay.
Well,
I know some people who like pink.
Well, I think right, I think straight men. I think y'all, because a lot of straight men don't like wearing pink, but I wear pink every Wednesday because of Mean Girls. Wednesdays we wear pink, and so I put that on. So I put pink on Wednesdays that I go into the office when I work my corporate job when I'm doing my slavery, and it's a nice color. And
I hear slave.
Yeah, it's a slave. We're all slaves. If you work a corporate job or you have any job, yeah, it's a slave, whether you know it or you don't. But that's another conversation for another day. We don't have time
I can
for
either
that.
confirm or deny the allegations. Neither.
But a lot of people, like, to that point, like, a couple of guys that work with me would wear pink, but others would just be like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do that," like, because they're the things that they have in their head about the color pink. Like, it's a color. Let's stop trying to attach it to.
But they attach it to what other people think
about
them, and that's why I like. If you kind of notice in hip hop, people want to say that a lot of the artists, the way that they're dressing or their style,
the tight jeans,
right? The tight jeans, or they may wear a shirt that looks more like a blouse, or they're just a little bit freer in their dress. It may be a little bit more European than what Americans maybe, or whatever. But I consider it to be like Black Boy Joy.
Yes,
you finally made enough money to mentally
not give a damn.
Right, not be held down by the hyper masculine constraints that we as African Americans sometimes put on ourselves. That's why I love what Jonathan Majors it. Like rich enough, and I'm saying rich enough, not to say that you have to be rich to enjoy this type of freedom, but right now we oftentimes see this type of freedom on a major scale with someone who is wealthier or
Right.
affluent.
Right. Because if you somebody
Our
with
stars.
our money and you walking around, you got a skirt on or whatever, makeup, you're gonna have a hard time. Like you can't just walk down the street like that. You're gonna have a hard time in the black community doing that, and it should not be that way.
And it should not be that
Let
way.
people be themselves. Let them experiment. Let them
Look
do
at
whatever they want to.
Lil Wayne, not necessarily the way that he dressed, but like he's a skater. He's got the skater boy vibe. He's done the rock star thing. I just consider it to be what Black Boy Joy should look like. Unauthentically, finally being yourself,
Yes.
looking and sounding and experimenting with things that you enjoy as a person, and not living in the constraints that sometimes our community can put on black men.
Absolutely, I agree, 1,000%, 1,000%.
I'm looking for more Black Boy Joy. I feel like as I have navigated my life, there's a lot of toxic thinking that even myself I had to rewire. Deprogram.
And still deprogram.
And I'm still doing it. A lot of it was how I dressed. Like, it was a moment where I would not wear pink, or I would not wear certain shirts. Oh, okay, this may seem to other people that this may be different, but it takes work.
Yeah, because that stuff starts when you're very young, whether you realize it or not. With like when you're a baby, like even at the baby shower or the gender reveal, you have blue for boy, you have pink for girl, or boys can't play with dolls in kitchen sets. It's just it gets ridiculous. Like,
and it's the same for our black girls as well. Oh,
right.
you'll never get a man
Mm-hmm.
if you're playing with these things, or you can't do these type of things. It's the same.
Oh, she's being a tomboy.
She's being a tomboy. Shout out to my friends who have recently had children and decided that they were going to allow their child to simply want to do the blue and pink thing because they didn't know who their child was going to come into the world and be.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my siblings who are kind of doing the same. I know it's hard. It's very hard.
There's a lot of
I know, but even just within our community, a lot of things that we had to do based on survival. And we're still trying to survive. It's hard out here.
It is.
It's hard. But again, shout out to Rihanna.
Yeah.
I know. I love
That's a great conversation. It needs to happen.
It needs to. We kind of need to have it in our household. We kind of need to have it within our families. But I feel like our generation, people who are like us, first time college graduates in the family, first time like kind of being in the corporate America space, it's kind of hard when you're trying to heal yourself to go and heal someone else as well. So, and it's a struggle. We're struggling with that. We talk a lot about that off camera. Like, how do I heal myself and then go to family dinner and have to listen to things that I'm like, okay,
ooh, Chad,
this needs to be. You need to be healed. You need to be healed. You need to be healed. This is not right. This is not right. This is not right. It is exhausting.
Very much so.
It is literally exhausting.
And the thing about it is they don't even know that they're being problematic. Like it's a lot of layers to it.
It's so many layers ingrained where we talked about symptoms and disease where one interaction won't even solve the problem. You have to feel bad. But a lot of people will question who's responsible for that. So for those of you out there watching and listening, you're not responsible for healing someone else. I know it hurts.
Ooh,
it hurts us to hear that.
To me.
Because we think that as the first, as not saying like the it person in the family, but as the people in this situation and everyone may assume that you have your life together, that you kind of have to be the fixer of it all. You're not responsible for that. You're only responsible for you.
Amen to that. I receive.
I have myself just started to not condone people's behavior. Now, if there's a behavior that is strictly negative, of course, let's talk about it. Let's make this person accountable. But some things is kind of like, you know what? Let me just meet you where you are.
Mm.
Let me set boundaries within myself. Like this is all that I can do for you, and let me stick to those boundaries. If you only go home once a year, that's your boundary. How we get here? Listen,
but we won't go there.
Look, we won't go there
this time.
But you're responsible for your own
healing. I receive that. You should receive that too, friend. I know you said the word, but I feel like
listen, I am working more on it. Absolutely. Just carving out time for myself.
Oh, it's so important.
It is so important. And I realized like I'm just I can truly say that like I'm naturally tired. Like I've just kinda always been. I'm a night owl. The day has never been my area of creativity and exploration. But about 10 o'clock, I get like this burst of energy. So I'm usually up working on something. But where was I going? Oh. what are we talking about?
Friend, I don't even know.
Hey.
We went all over the way. About you being better and
working on. Yes. So I've been better at trying to carve out time for myself. And I looked and try to figure out like why do I not have any time for myself? Because I was serving other relationships and not serving the relationship that I have with myself.
It starts with you first.
And it starts with you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. We've heard it. It's not profound. I'm not the first to say it, but it's the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And I heard something, and as we talk about these relationships that our generation that we're having with our parents and our grandparents and our aunts and uncles, I heard something. I want to say it was from TD Jakes. I don't know. I know. I know. It's the worst sometimes when you hear things from people and you know that they are human.
Yeah. but that's
but someone asked him why their mother didn't love them in the way that they thought they should receive love. And he said, you are a gallon. They are a quart. So sometimes they can pour all they have into you. And it's not going to be, it will never be enough.
There's a word, TD. There's a word there.
But we're still watching you, though.
We do have our eyes on
we have our eyes.
We're watching
you. Not a view from us, but you know.
Right.
Word on the curb, ear to the street. However, we're there. Let's transition into homework for the people. I feel like this was such a good word. Like, what do I want you to work on? For me, self-care. I want you to really focus on your self-care routine for the week. And just take a moment to yourself. And I know a lot of y'all are attached to the hip of your significant other, but your self-care is for you. No one else. So do something that heals your soul, that makes you feel calm, that makes you feel peace.
Good homework. And for me, and it's funny that you said self-care and routine. I was going to say work on drinking your water, number one. Hydrate, people. Hydrate. And to my fellas, self-care to all you straight guys out there, because I know my gay girls, we got these down packed. But Spread your cheeks and watch between your ass crack.
Whoa!
That's what y'all need to be doing. Y'all need to be
Wow!
cleaning those cheeks
Wow!
that have 20 plus years of
Wow!
unwashed ass crack,
Wow!
and we're over it. So let's take care of that as well.
I am disgusted. I'm appalled.
It is so.
I
It's
am
true.
appalled.
Like they think it's gay
I'm
to
appalled.
clean your butt crack.
And
like,
I'm going to add this caveat to that. I have walked past some women who smell like
ooh, well,
boom, boom, boom. So
well,
let's just make it a message to all.
everybody,
It's starting to get warm out here.
please.
And one thing I don't want to smell is must. Well, you know what? I know. Listen, I don't give a. I'm not saying I give a pass to must. I know some people have conditions outside their control.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's the difference from must
And
like
Parmesan
a
cheese.
light must and says you person you know for a fact your butt need to be in a hot
marinade
in a hot
bubble bath.
No marinade. That's a lot of the people's problem. They
just sit in the dirt.
Get in that shower.
Mm-hmm.
Let that water run through you.
Run through that crack.
Rest.
Please let it do. And
wash your
legs.
It's a word to everybody.
It's
a word to everybody.
Clean properly.
Clean properly.
And if you have to watch a YouTube video, I'm pretty sure they have that to show you how to clean.
It's summertime. Spring is starting. It's the perfect time to try out your new products. I know people want to try new deodorants, new this, new this. It's the perfect time. Trust me, all the soaps didn't work for me. I found my but we don't want to smell it.
Yes, and you feel better when you smell it.
Better when you smell it.
You might get a man or a girl. Women like men that smell
or someone
good.
not binary.
Or whatever you choose.
You may get anything. So that's the
homework.
Self-care and
more self-care.
More practice.
Clean your ass.
Spread the cheeks.
Spread the cheeks. We're gonna talk about a lot of cheeks today, but
too many
cheeks.
Too many for comfort. Like on my part, because we did not discuss this before the show that this was going to be like the homework.
So we're gonna surprise.
I've been surprised. I've been surprised. So we're gonna check in. Yeah. We're gonna start the next episode with a check in of the homework of today, and you get a different homework assignment next week. Absolutely. Any last thoughts for the people out there watching this for this first episode? I guess.
Yes, I hope you guys absolutely enjoyed the show. Hope you made it to this point. Continue to support us on all of our social medias. We do have different businesses and things of that nature.
We'll link them.
We'll link them below, and you can also find them again at our social media pages below. And yeah, just keep tuning in with us and growing with us as we grow with the show.
And we are. And last thing for me, if nobody told you today or ever, we love you. We love you. I'm LD.
I am Percy.
And this is To Go Mics.
Peace.